Hi, I'm Braeden Carroll, and you're watching The Music Enthusiast.
Hey guys, it's Gracie from The Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with Braeden Carroll. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. All right, getting into the questions. What made you want to get into music?
It's a good question. So, my family doesn't really come from a musical background. I mean, I have an uncle that plays guitar, but basically in grade seven, there's a talent show, and I didn't have any talents, so I wanted to do something. And I mean, I had just been starting to like form my musical opinions, and so there were a couple songs that like inspired me to play guitar, namely "Barcelona" by George Ezra. That was the first song I ever learned how to play, and then "Stop This Train" by John Mayer, which I could not play until years later, but still, at first, that's definitely what inspired me.
So you have a lot of guitars in the background. Did you start out playing the guitar?
Yes, so like I said, grade seven, that was the first year. I can show you. This was my this was the one I started on. Um, I moved to electric guitar, I think probably 6 months after I started playing acoustic. And yeah, like I fell in love with it right away. Um, and still, I can get by on piano a little bit, and then I can hold down a decent drum beat. But guitar is definitely the primary instrument.
Yeah. Do you still remember the song from your talent show?
I do. If I have a tape, I can play it.
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, so not too difficult. It's just two strings. You're just going. I did not make the talent show the first time. The next year, I did have a decent enough guitar skills to.
I mean, you've definitely grown since then, so that's an accomplishment.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, Speaking of your music, do you have a favorite musical memory?
Favorite musical memory. Um, I'm gonna say my school's coffee house from November 2019. Um, it it was the first time where like most of the most of the other like older bands and they had all graduated. So like we were left with basically one band in the school, and that was mine. And we got to play three songs, which I mean most people just play one, two maybe. But then I was also on two or three more times, so I ended up being on stage like six times that night, and yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites.
What has it been like for you kind of starting out in the music industry?
Um, it's been uh, it's been a strange experience because this has been like the last couple of years. The music industry's definitely been evolving with like streaming and like especially the growth of social media and how to properly market yourself. Um, I had a lot of difficulty with that, and I still do. Um, that's definitely been the hardest part. Is actually finding a way to market yourself. Um, yeah, so I think that as far as like songwriting and actually playing the music goes, I've had a very good experience with that. Uh, I've just improved over the years. But the marketing is definitely the one thing I'm still trying to figure out. So thank you for having me.
No problem. You were actually one of our TikTok finds. What was it like for you posting on TikTok for the first time? Like, did you expect to gain the attention and recognition that you did?
No, and I I was actually very vehemently like anti TikTok for a long time. So not anti, sort of anti TikTok.
I
I
feel like
knew
a few people were.
there's definitely other people out there who I still know that they can't get behind quite yet. But like I just saw that as far as Instagram goes, like it's kind of hard to actually gain views, especially if you're like a small art or music page. Um, like it gets the hashtags will get clogged with all these posts. Like it's just so big,
Yeah.
and it's basically limited to who you're following. Because most of the time you're not using something like a for you or explore page. You're using just your home page. That's what I think is great about TikTok is it allows you and enables you to get views from people who might not necessarily be in your target audience so much, like with the for you page. And you can find music that you like.
Yeah. How do you find inspiration for your music or any songs that you do?
So I went through a pretty long period of like writer's block. It was like a full year and a half, and then like change of relationships and change of lifestyle kind of just inspired me to start writing songs again. Um, I've written, I don't even know how many songs since then, but it's basically the same time that coffee house I was telling you. Um, that's that's when things started to kind of turn in a different direction. Um, like I take a lot of inspiration from other artists, but I find that you may not actually hear it in the music. It's more in the production and in the playing itself. So, like Jimi Hendrix is probably my favorite guitar player of all time,
Mhm.
and but my music is not really Jimi Hendrix inspired. It's more you can hear the flourishes in the guitar playing.
Yeah. Obviously, you've been doing music for a while now. Have you seen a change in your music from when you started to now?
I'm always going through different like phases of the music I'm listening to, and then I'm always inspired by that. So I'd say yes, I like my music has changed, but it's mostly due to who I'm inspired by. So when I started out, I might have been inspired by, like I said, George Ezra, John Mayer, Gary Clark Jr., James Bay.
Mhm.
We're now expanding my music taste. I'm listening to other artists. I'm listening to like different kinds of music where I can take inspiration from all these different places and hopefully add it into mine. Um, Hopefully, I can create something that's more universally accessible to people.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so I take the strengths of whatever I'm listening to and try to put that into my work.
Do you have any future projects that you could tell us about?
So right now, yeah, I'm working on little something with my friend Catherine. Shout out Catherine Engel. Um, so she released a song called "Another Place" when I think we were in grade 10, grade 9, grade 10, and like instantly I'm captivated by it and reach out to her and ask if she'd ever want to write. Initially, the response was actually a no.
Wow.
um, like she said, she just thinks she would work better alone. But after a couple of years and both having writer's block for a while, we decided to finally write together, and it's honestly been amazing. Like she's so talented, one of the best voices I've ever heard in music, and she's so creative. Yeah.
What has it been for, what has it been like for you guys during COVID to like collaborate?
It's definitely been it's made it a little more difficult. Um, there's not necessarily a communication barrier, but like it's definitely easier when you're in the room with someone. Um, so yeah, during COVID, it mostly consists of just sending lyrics and ideas to each other, and hopefully creating melodies for each other. Like with this one song we were working on, she sent me like a backing track and then her first draft of lyrics and a melody, and I completely rewrote the lyrics, changed the melody ever so slightly, and then we were kind of stuck on that for a while. So then eventually we changed like the backing track, we changed the chords, um, and now we've created like a great piece of art that I'm very proud of, and hopefully it'll be recorded pretty soon. And I'm excited to share it.
We're excited to hear it. This is more of a fun question for you, but if you could describe yourself and your music in 3 words, what do you think they would be?
That is a loaded question. Okay, myself and my music. This is going to be hard.
I know I'm making you think about it.
Okay, yeah, I might need to give me a minute here. One, I would say driven. So, um, whether it be other artists that are inspiring me or just certain songs, like I'm always taking inspiration from different places, like I said, tying it all together, put it in my music and make it accessible to others. Um, Two, I don't want to say easy, but an ease of listening of sorts, where like I want that accessibility where like anyone can sit down and enjoy it, and appreciate it for what it is. Hopefully, yeah. This is a tough question you've given me here.
If you
Um,
don't have a third one, it's okay.
what? Drawing blanks here. I don't know if I've got a third for you.
That's okay. You gave good answers. Um, Speaking of music again, do you have an ideal collaboration for your future?
Oof. Okay, so thinking, I'll give you like 3 levels here.
Okay.
So, like small artists, I've already said Catherine Engel, one of my closest friends, closest collaborators. She honestly has been my dream partner to work with. Um, like, she's just my musical equivalent. Um, it's like we speak a language together when we're just writing music. Yeah, it's been amazing to work with her. Um, mid range audience, I saw them on your page, and I was very happy to see that they were there. Valley and
Yes.
I were from the same hometown, both in Oakville, Ontario. I saw them perform when I was in grade 7. They did a tour, and I saw them. They came to our school. Um, that was amazing. And I've been listening to their music ever since. Yeah, and I'm very glad to see that they're becoming more and more popular. Um, and then the biggest audience, I would probably go Justin Vernon from Bon Iver. I've seen how he works with other artists. I've seen him work with Kanye West. I've seen him work with Taylor Swift. So yeah, he's amazing, and I'd be very excited if I was able to work with him.
Those are all great collaborations, and hopefully they happen.
Yeah, um, I'm just all of them just inspire me to be better.
Do you have a favorite song at the moment?
At the moment, okay, this is also a tough one. Um, you know what? Let me check my recently listened. Okay, I'll give you 3.
Okay.
Okay, so Bon Iver Restacks, which is the 9th track on For Emma Forever Go, their debut. Um, then I'd say This Is Me Trying by Taylor Swift. It's off her Folklore album last year. And finally, Ribs by Lorde.
Mhm. Those are all good songs. I was actually listening to This Is Me Trying a couple minutes ago, so I understand that.
Such a good track.
It
The
is.
ethereal production on it, just it's so spacey, just atmospheric. Yeah,
Yeah.
Judge Aaron Dessner for the production on that one.
My last question for you. Our website is obviously all about up and coming artists. Do you have anyone that you have your eye on that you would recommend to others?
Yes. So I'll say it again, Catherine Engel. Um, then Azani Azur. I apologize if I didn't pronounce that correctly, but from Toronto, just seems to really be like intimate with his fans. Yeah, so I'm definitely keeping an eye on him. I like the engagement that he has. And then nickname Jose, he's from Nashville. Um, I discovered him on an Apple Music playlist. He has this really good track called Mix that I really love. And he's put out some more lately. Yeah, so those will be my top 3 right now.
Well, thank you so much for doing the interview. It was so nice to talk to you and get to know you better.
All right. Thank you very much for having me.